Okay friends, let's get started on our oil change. Before we start taking anything apart, I want to mention you want to make sure you have a brand new oil filter and 3.9 quarts of 5W30 oil. With that said, let's remove our oil cap by turning this counterclockwise. From underneath the vehicle, we have a clear view of the oil pan. Let's move right along the passenger side and remove the drain plug. It's important to make sure you're wearing hand and eye protection and you have a nice collection bucket under the area so you can recycle the fluid properly. All right, it's done draining. Let's go ahead and put our drain plug in here with the drain plug gasket. We'll bottom this out. Make sure you torque your drain plug to 28 foot-pounds. Let's move along to the oil filter. Once you have your filter off of there, make sure you clean the base where the engine is. You want to make sure when you put the new oil filter on, you have a clean surface for it to mount to. Now it's going to be time to prime our brand new oil filter. We're going to take some brand new oil and we'll pour it right into the center hole. Once it seems as though it's coming out the top, you can stop filling it. We'll use our gloved finger, take some of that new oil and put it right along the gasket. Once you've done that, continue on by putting the oil filter on the engine. After you have it bottomed out by hand, turn it at least a quarter turn with your filter wrench. Double check to make sure it's tight. That feels good. Go ahead and clean down your mess. Now let's make our way back up to the top of the engine. Using a funnel, we'll continue adding the rest of our 3.9 quarts of 5W30 oil. All right, here's our last quart. We'll make sure that we only put in 0.9 quarts here. That looks close enough. Let's go ahead and put our oil cap on here. Now that we finished adding oil and put our cap on, let's go ahead and start up the car, let it run for approximately 30 seconds and turn it off. The next thing we're going to do is check our oil level. We'll come right over here to the oil dipstick, twist this and lift it up. Go ahead and wipe it off. After you wipe it off, we're going to go ahead and put it back in there and check our level. Before we do, I want to talk to you about the oil dipstick. Looking at the dipstick itself, you can tell that it has an area that has hatches in it. When we check the oil level, we want to try to be up as close as possible to the top hatches. You never want to be above the hatches. There we are. As you can tell, I'm at the very top. The oil looks perfect. I'll put this back in. The next thing I always like to do is double check to make sure I don't have an oil leak. After that, you can go ahead and close the hood, take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.